I grew up in Kazakhstan, though I'm not Kazakh, I'm Uyghur. But then when I discovered Ukraine, I felt like, wow, I should have been born here. So if you ask me whether I call myself Uyghur or Kazakh, I don't know. I think I'm just a global citizen who found herself in Kiev and Ukraine. So in the beginning of the war, I was helping with logistics, finding place to stay for people who come to Berlin. I realized that there are already quite a lot of volunteers participating. And then I thought maybe I can find an area where I can use my skills. As I worked as a venture developer, I knew how to build up a venture, not in the country where you are, and usually not with a product that you really know by heart. So in the beginning of my ideation phase, I was thinking with whom I could start, and I immediately thought of an acquaintance of mine who I know is a very great patriot of Ukraine, and it's very important. You need to have someone who will not run away when things become a bit heated. There were missile attacks, there was a potential chemical attack as well, and my co-founder stayed there at the production all the time. We of course gathered a group of advisors pretty much. Most of them came from one bulletproof vest company that was already in Ukraine. They are ex-workers there. And we were very lucky to also get product people on our advisory board, so to say. And of course we had people who are specialists in working with steel. So all of that together pushed us forward. We were just basically managers of the process. I started working in a charity. I thought it's easier than working for a commercial venture, but it's not. It's actually way more difficult. But at the same time, I have such an endless drive to do it because I feel that we do something that helps people, and it's not just improving their life by 10%. It can actually save their life. It can mean life. I'm very grateful for the past experience that I had because I basically used the same framework of building a venture for the charity. And we thought it's the most logical thing for us to do, to actually just give it for free for everyone who needs it. And now we focus on civilians only. So civil volunteers, paramedics and journalists, they can just apply on our website. We only raise money for production. Usually the majority of our donations come from individual donors. Unfortunately, many people see bulletproof vests as a military product, but I don't see it that way. I think it depends for whom you produce it to. Since our focus is saving lives, we don't see bulletproof vests as an offensive product. It's a defense for sure, especially when you give it to paramedics, journalists or volunteers, because they are there to actually help other people or to spread awareness, and then they never possess guns, so for them it's actually defense. And just because they are not soldiers, it doesn't mean that they are not subjects of potential artillery attack. It happens very often, and just like last week, one US volunteer texted us that our bulletproof vest saved him from a shrapnel during explosion in Zaporizhia region. And yeah, sometimes we hear from NGOs that their team is in the hospital or that they lost someone. My next project is going to be with Ukraine. I'm gonna help them with fundraising. It's a project that builds houses for people who lost their homes in Ukraine. And this is going to be my next chapter.